La Gazzetta dello Sport, one of Italy's most respected sports publications, has dropped a bombshell that could radically alter the 2025 grid lineup. According to the prestigious Italian newspaper, Flavio Briatore, the legendary manager and one of the most influential figures in the paddock, is seriously considering breaking Jack Doohan's contract with Alpine to make way for none other than Franco Colapinto, the young Argentine prodigy who has dazzled everyone since his arrival at Williams. This news has hit the F1 paddock like a bolt of lightning, generating a whirlwind of speculation and debate. Colapinto, who has been a true revelation since replacing Logan Sargent mid-season, suddenly finds himself at the center of one of the most intriguing stories in the driver market. In just 5 races, the Argentine has scored points in each one and has never finished lower than 12th place, demonstrating an exceptional adaptation and talent. It's important to highlight that, contrary to what some might think, Alpine doesn't necessarily represent a significant step forward in terms of performance for Colapinto. In fact, Alpine and Williams have shown quite similar performance levels in recent seasons. Both teams are in that midfield zone, fighting for occasional points and trying to close the gap with the top teams. The real significance of this news lies in the fact that Alpine could be one of the few viable options for Colapinto for the 2025 season. In reality, Colapinto's prospects for 2025 are quite limited. With many seats already confirmed or with preferred options, opportunities for the Argentine are considerably reduced. In this context, Alpine emerges as one of the few realistic options for Colapinto to secure a seat on the 2025 grid. The other possibility that has been mentioned, albeit with less force, is Racing Bulls, formerly known as AlphaTauri, Red Bull's junior team. For Colapinto, the absolute priority at this moment should be to secure a seat on the 2025 grid, regardless of the team. In such a competitive driver market with so many young talents vying for the scarce available opportunities, being left without a seat could be a devastating blow to his F1 career. Therefore, if the Alpine option materializes, it would be an opportunity that Colapinto could hardly refuse. The news has also generated speculation about Alpine's long-term strategy. The French team has struggled to find stability in its driver lineup since Fernando Alonso's return to F1. Colapinto's possible incorporation could be seen as an attempt to secure a young and promising talent for the future, similar to what McLaren did with Lando Norris. However, it's important to remember that Alpine, like Williams, is in a process of rebuilding and improvement and doesn't necessarily represent an immediate step forward in terms of competitiveness. On the other hand, the Racing Bulls option, although less mentioned, should not be discarded. As Red Bull's junior team, Racing Bulls has historically been a springboard for young talents aspiring to reach the main Red Bull team. While the team's performance has been irregular in recent seasons, the connection with Red Bull could offer Colapinto a potential route to one of the top teams in the future. It's crucial to understand that at this stage of his career, Colapinto cannot afford to be too selective. The priority must be to secure his permanence in F1, even if that means joining a team that isn't regularly fighting for podiums. Both Alpine and Racing Bulls would offer Colapinto the platform to continue demonstrating his talent and potentially attract the attention of more competitive teams in the future. Meanwhile, Colapinto's fans are divided. Some see the possible move to Alpine or Racing Bulls as a great opportunity for the Argentine, while others fear it might be too soon and would prefer to see him develop further at Williams. The pressure of competing for a team like Alpine or Racing Bulls would be significant, and some wonder if Colapinto is ready for that challenge. However, the reality is that in F1, opportunities are scarce, and one must seize them when they present themselves. Moreover, the timing of this rumor is particularly intriguing. With the driver market for 2025 already in flux due to Hamilton's move to Ferrari, Colapinto's potential entry into a works team like Alpine could set off a chain reaction of moves across the grid. It raises questions about the future of other young drivers in the Alpine Academy, particularly Jack Doohan, who has been waiting in the wings for his F1 opportunity. The situation also highlights the precarious nature of young driver programs in F1. While these programs are designed to nurture talent and create a pipeline for future stars, the reality is that only a handful of drivers ever make it to the top level. Colapinto's potential leap from Williams to Alpine, bypassing the traditional route through junior teams, could signal a shift in how teams approach talent acquisition and development. For Alpine, securing a talent like Colapinto could be a coup. The team has struggled to find consistency in its driver lineup since returning to F1 under the Alpine brand. With Pierre Gasly already confirmed for 2025, pairing him with a young, hungry talent like Colapinto could provide the perfect blend of experience and potential that the team needs to move forward. However, it's not just about on-track performance. Colapinto's popularity, particularly in Latin America, could open up new marketing opportunities for Alpine. In an era where driver popularity and social media presence are increasingly important, Colapinto's rapidly growing fan base could be a valuable asset for the team. The Briatore factor in this equation cannot be understated. The Italian manager has a history of spotting and nurturing world-class talent, with Alonso being the prime example. If Briatore is indeed pushing for Colapinto, it speaks volumes about the potential he sees in the young Argentine. This endorsement alone could be enough to convince Alpine to take a chance on Colapinto, even if it means making the difficult decision to part ways with Doohan. One thing is certain: Franco Colapinto's journey in Formula One is far from over. Whether he ends up at Alpine, stays with Williams, or finds himself in another team altogether, his talent and potential have ensured that he will remain a key figure in discussions about the future of F1. For fans of the sport, this developing story offers yet another fascinating subplot in the ever-dramatic world of Formula One. What do you think about this situation? Should Colapinto seize any opportunity that presents itself, be it with Alpine or Racing Bulls, to secure his place in F1 for 2025? Or do you think he should try to stay with Williams if possible? How do you think this decision could affect his long-term career? Don't forget to leave your comments and subscribe to stay up to date with all the news about this exciting driver market. The 2025 season promises to be one of the most thrilling in recent F1 history, and with situations like Colapinto's, the spectacle is guaranteed both on and off the track. Until the next update.